Number 5, 90 days VWP. So if someone's here on the visa waiver program, they are allowed to file for adjustment of status if it's an immediate relative case. And that's about it. Immediate relative case, meaning the petitioner is a U.S. citizen, you're the parent of a U.S. citizen, spouse, or minor child of it. There's this nuance where if you're in the Ninth Circuit, if you file the case within 90 days, under certain circumstances, if you go to removal of conditions, you could try to adjust status in court, whereas other times you're not allowed to do that. The only court option you have on the visa waiver program is if you file for asylum. Other than that, you can't use removal proceedings. And my associate was reading all the cases, and she brought to my attention to how badly written these cases are. It makes it sound like you cannot file for adjustment of status unless you're an immediate relative, but you can only file within the 90 days. That's the way the wording of these cases are, especially from the Seventh Circuit. It was recent when we were reviewing. But USCIS has a policy memo on this that specifically says you can file even after, and their policy is not to refer it for removal unless there's like a terrorism charge or serious stuff like that. So that's an interesting thing in the memo to be mindful of. And so, in Ninth Circuit, if people come to me for adjustment of status, they enter the visa waiver program and they change their mind after coming to adjust status, I said I try to file within 90 days to take advantage of that. And so we have another case popping up in another circuit jurisdiction, and we're pushing to file within 90 days because although the laws aren't in that area specify this, if needed, which I don't think is going to be needed, but if needed, we reserve the option to kind of go to circuit court and sue and say, listen, Ninth Circuit said we have the option, immediate relatives, could you do it too? But we want to stick it and have it in the 90 days to be able to file that complaint and make it similar to Ninth Circuit for those other judges to hear. So just practice, strategy long-term kind of thing to think about.